we're going to try to do a fun little project for you guys while staying cool. When you use a sugi band, you can do a light burn, something like this. It goes without saying that you should do that away from flammable objects. Keep safe, fire is dangerous. Or a deeper burn. The difference between the two is that you just hold it longer, right?
And you can go back over it, and also keeping in mind that different pieces of wood will burn a little bit differently.
And you can also charcoal it, completely.
Yeah.
And then there are different ways to finish it. But for whatever look you go, right, different looks exist.
I like to take mine dark because I like that velvety brown that comes out.
And for this project, we're going to leave and treat it to the back sides, what will be facing the fabric in essence, right? And are you going to Suzuki bank the back ones that they won't be visible or not?
I probably don't need to.
No, you don't need to, but it's up to you. It's a look thing, right? So we're going to try and see what will happen if we color a piece that was Suzuki band. This piece was too dark, and I did not like how it looks after we use the stain. And I went very bold, as you can see. That is why we experiment, to find what we like best. Yeah, I need to find a better piece. I like what it looks like. What do you think, Mrs. DIY?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Both the deep grain and the deep burn for this piece did not make it a good candidate for this. But this is too small of a piece, I don't think.
It's a little rough too, so it's
Yeah.
giving me a little issue with my cloth here.
Ultimately, it's a matter of taste. You might like this look. I'm not crazy about it. Something worth exploring if you want a pop of color. What do you think?
Yeah.
So let's do a bigger piece and see how that looks. So let's try a piece with a little more character, right? A lighter burn as well, and a little better variation, whatever you want to call it. I love this look, and I can imagine many different colors. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think, babe?
It's definitely interesting.
Not necessarily the green. I know you won't like the green, but
It's turquoise.
yeah. But there are options, I think. And on the other side, we can do a stain test. This is our test piece. I like it. What do you think? This scrap was not prepared at all. Look at the bottom part of the piece to see how it's supposed to look if you finish the piece correctly. So do not be discouraged about the blemishes you see on this specific clip. I like it. And now we are going to try a more traditional stain that we have used in some of our projects, right? And that also has poly in it. This clearly is not as popping, but I do like it and can make a piece of furniture much more elegant. I kind of like it, even though those are just scraps, they are not very well finished, right?
They're not finished at all.
I just wanted to see the effect, and I'm pleased with what I see. This is DIY?
It definitely gives it a little bit more depth to your finish.
Very good, very good. I like it. It takes the Suzuki band to the next level, I think. Now, that would make sense when you charring, right? When you have it very deep.
Right.
But on a light burn, that brings out a nice dimension. So lastly will be to completely char the wood. You need very slow but deliberate moves here. Do not be afraid when you see the flames. As long as you keep moving through the face of the wood will not catch on fire. But you can see the more you do this, the more charred the wood will become, and eventually it's going to start changing completely its look, and it's going to look almost like alligator skin. A look that I really like, and you're going to see us achieving it here in just a few moments as we continue charring the wood. And that is the last look for Suzuki.
Smoking.
It is smoking. The wood gets very hot, so do not touch it with your bare hand and do not put it on top of anything flammable. You can go even more, as you can see. You can see how the wood starts scaling, right? Here we're getting very close to the look that I want, and I want it throughout the piece. You can see the scale start showing very clearly now, and the next step is that you are going to poly this when you have the look you like, so it will maintain that look forever. And if you want this look, do not brush it. Just spray some poly on it, and it will look like that forever and ever and ever. Okay, small exaggeration. You like this look, Mrs. DIY?
Not my favorite. You can see that flame is penetrating deep into the wood now.
Hey, watch it. This is a PG channel. Kind of fun though, no? At this stage, the wood is very hot and could easily burn you. Be very careful.
Be very, very careful. Fire is hot.
Actually, be very careful not to get that very close to other flammable things. Not only the wood is getting very hot, but other things can catch fire because of the heat, right? Okay. So to preserve this look, you need to poly it, right? Do not use a brush on or wipe on poly. Here you can only use a spray to maintain the look that you want. So now it will not flake with time. And don't worry about the whiteness of the poly, it will dry clear. Poly usually is that milky color, is that correct? We call it a milky color, right? So we will show it to you when it dries without the whiteness.